Wait. What do you mean Iron Man is not a hero?
Iron Man is a rich businessman who routinely teams up with other Avengers. Sometimes save the universe, sometimes save where he lives, literally just where he lives. His place gets attacked. Like, Batman is in a world, in a universe, where it is literally up to him to save the town, the city of Gotham. Right? It is his duty to protect that place, almost basically like the cops.
You're comparing Iron Man to Batman to prove a point, and I don't think you've proven the point yet. All right, and I really want to, because I'm here thinking to myself, they're both rich billionaire people. I mean, they both had their parents killed. I mean, they both got into it for a specific, you know what I mean. So I don't see the difference realistically. So you got to explain that to me a little bit more, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Iron Man does press conferences about his business.
So does Bruce. I mean, okay, realistically, in the last couple Batman movies,
Batman dodges the cameras. He's a real hero.
Like him or not, Bruce Wayne is our very own Peter Pan.
I mean,
Spider-Man dodges the camera. He's a real hero.
that's not a hero. That's just realistically vigilante.
How can you be a hero when you're more famous? He's more famous for being Tony Stark than he is for being Iron Man.
There's no way that's possible. There's no way that's.
Okay, Tony Stark. Come on. In
No.
a world where a man wearing an iron suit is even an option, he's still more famous as Tony Stark than he is as Iron Man. Like,
Nah,
come
bro.
on.
Nah, bro. Nah, I think that's wild. I think you're wilding on that one.
We all right?
Spider-Man or Peter Parker?
Spider-Man.
Thank you.
But that's proving my point. Of course, it would be Iron Man.
I asked 100 people who's more famous, Tony Stark or Iron Man.
They would say Iron Man.
We're gonna say Tony Stark.
It can't be. You can't say that. You can't be like, oh, well, is Peter Parker more famous than Spider-Man? I'm like Spider-Man. You're like, thank you, and be like, of course, dude. They're alter ego. They're superhero alter ego.
When Iron Man is in the Iron Man suit, most of the scenes are him, and we can see his face in the suit.
Okay, true. I mean.
No, you remember who's like we're talking about who's the actual like GOAT hero.
Yeah, the GOAT
The
hero.
best hero for you is Iron Man, and I'm saying Batman is much more qualified as a hero than Iron Man.
Oh, okay. Well. First, when I said that, I meant in the MCU, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, who is the GOAT? In that universe, it's Iron Man. But if we're talking about all around, all right.
You're not giving it. Hold on. You're not giving it to Spider-Man.
No, I can't.
Why?
I mean, I no.
Spider-Man has defeated much more relevant opponents.
I understand why people would make that discussion for Spider-Man, and I get it. Like, if people choose Spider-Man, I'm like, okay, I feel it. But for me, I'm Iron Man. If you're talking about what these characters mean to their respective ownership, which is Marvel and DC, then Iron Man means the most. Like, without Iron Man, you do not have this Marvel craze.
So, Iron Man is definitely the most influential, the most famous, the most popular Marvel character. I can agree to that. I can agree to that. There is no legitimate Marvel universe if you don't start with a character that most Americans can at least relate to as far as looking at them as a hero, because that's what we do with the billionaires who run big companies.
True. Yeah.
But Spider-Man, Batman, Black Panther,
I don't know, man. Because you have to give reason. Because I understand the iconic reasoning for it. Like, if realistically, if you're speaking about just iconic, then Spider-Man and Superman are probably two of the most iconic characters worldwide. They're just that iconic that it's like, okay, yeah, they're goated for the reason that they're the most known. But When I'm talking about what they've done for superhero as a whole, like what being a superhero is, superhero movies and genre, I really can't give it to them, man. Because Spider-Man, all they did was retell the same stories over and over again. And then even in the retellings, he didn't fight the most goated villains. We had him fight the same villains multiple times and then tell the same story multiple. And I'm not, don't get me wrong, I like the movies, but I'm just like, I can't put him on GOAT. Superman, all his movies have been trash. You can't put him on GOAT. Batman is the only one that's had consistent movies.
They really fucked up a good Superman movie. I don't know how they do that. I'm telling you right now, Superman was the motherfucker that we watched for cartoons. Number one, Superman was the shit.
Bruh, I know what you're talking about.
That motherfucker was the shit. And then they came out with these fucking movies that made him seem super square. Not square.
I know.
WB Superman, he's not square.
I know, bro. I feel you on that, bro. I be hating that too. That's what everybody hates. I think that's the biggest problem that people have with the super. It's like, dude, don't make him this whole clowny, like I'm supposed to be America's, like heartthrob, whatever. It's like, nah, nobody wants that. We want the real,
You know what I think? It's that Smallville shit.
Yeah.
NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. It was during that phase where they needed white girls to also watch TV, maybe. But Smallville, to me, that's not Superman, man. What was they doing?
I mean, but Smallville, this might be, I don't know, man. This might be controversial, but I like Smallville. Smallville was cool, okay?
We all right?
It wasn't supposed to be Superman. It was supposed to be Clark Kent. We have never seen a story told of Clark Kent, like a full story of Clark Kent living his life before he was Superman, learning to become Superman, all of the things that he went through as Superman. And people like to disregard that shit, but if you look at Smallville, that boy had a crazy life. That boy had a couple badass, fine-ass females that all was crazy. Realistically, he ended up settling with the girl that he was with in high school the entire time, who he had a crush on, but never said nothing. Like, I thought that was the coolest shit ever. The fact that she was in, like, the show from, like, the very first season, and this dude went through, like, a Rolodex of females, and then he ended up with Lois Lane at the end, and this was the girl he wanted the entire time. I was like, all right, that's tough. That's tough. In my mind, I was like, I damn near wanted him to end up with that Asian chick. What was her name? Lana Lang? I was like, he should end up with Lana, bro. Lana bad. Like, now you tell me, what other stories have you ever seen where Superman is actually human like that? Where it's not just about, hey, he's popping up and getting bullets shot at him and he's coming out unscathed and he's Superman. It's like, this boy went to high school. He had to, like, play football. He had to control his power, or he was going to kill these boys just tackling them. I thought that shit was interesting. Now, you can sue me, but I think that's how you should tell a superhero story. You should tell the stories that we wanted to be told, but nobody ever took the time to actually tell those. Like, I wish they would make another version of it. Superman as a kid. I'd watch that shit right now.
On that planet? What planet is he from again?
Who's asking? I know you're asking. Is there anyone else asking, or is it just you?
I don't know what planet Superman is from. I don't fucking know. It's from Krypton, okay.
It's a Kryptonian.
But I thought he was allergic to crypto. Kryptonite.
But no, he's allergic to. I mean, I don't think he's allergic to kryptonite. I think kryptonite makes him his normal self and makes him vulnerable. Because he was on Krypton, and then he's on Earth, but Earth has different properties. So I feel like he'd be on Earth, he'd be on that, like, steroids and shit. And then when that kryptonite hit him, that boy be back to Earth. Would be like, damn. Or he'd be back to Krypton, pretty much.
So he gets improved biological functions on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not powerful on this planet, like, at all?
Nah.
Is he powerful on other planets as long as it doesn't have kryptonite?
He's powerful on any planet with a red sun. Depending on, like, the type of sun that a planet has, it affects him differently. And that's pretty much the biological differences that gives him his powers. he's like a flower in the way that they absorb light and turn it into energy, but in a different way.
I'm kidding.
All I'm saying is when you look at the goated superheroes, Iron Man has the best story. He started a franchise that started a universe, and then he died for that universe to protect everything in it, to continue this whole story that's going to be told. He's got to go down as the greatest superhero. Like, he did the most. He literally did the most, not just for his own franchise, not just for Marvel, but for DC. Like, realistically, without Iron Man, DC doesn't get allowed to make all of these shitty movies and consistently still keep making movies. They don't get allowed to do that. You know what I mean? Every year they drop like 2 or 3 flops. Like, these things are shit. And for some reason, people are still clamoring for more. Not because DC is doing something right, because Marvel is doing something right. They're like, hey, eventually DC got to hit on some gold, right?
It's like NBA Live versus 2K. People keep trying to buy NBA Live hoping that they did it right.
Exactly. Exactly.